Welcome back to Tacobowler Gaming. My name is Tacobowler, and this is a timeline video showing my run as shown on my channel, Tacobowler Gaming, playing as the Cherokee, and going for the No Trail of Tears achievement, which we achieved, and then some. You begin here with the Cherokee, and you have, I think, one province right here of tribal land. Their new mechanic for Leviathan patch 1.31, and you have to kind of try and break out. You can't really just expand. You have to fight a war to get out of there, but once you do, you can get out here and you can really start to grow that tribal land up. It's going to be hard to see what I'm doing as I move around, trying to get tribal land and then get tribal development, which you get more of if you're in someone else's land, so I'm just sitting here. But I'm taking land from these people, so it's going to be fast-forwarded until I wind up reforming, but I move up here. This is where I stay, ultimately. I'll move around, but I'm going to wind up back here. This is a good hills province that is a good capital province, so I wound up there when I do finally settle the tribe down. Something else is, when I get up here, if you are not in your tribal land and you can't see tribal land, then if you're not connected to the tribal land, then yeah, it's harder to move. It costs more to move. You don't want to do what I did there, but we've started to settle down. We have not yet reformed, but we settled down. We started to settle in some of our provinces and take things from other tribes and core them. And here very soon we will reform through the government mechanics, through the government reforms. We will reform our nation and convert all of our tribal land to cores, and at that point I will stop and take stock of where we are. Meanwhile, I'm just continuing. There we go. So you can see now where we are. The Chickasaw just have taken that land. It is 1523, and that is how much land I have. That is incredibly strong, and in comparison to other runs in Cherokee that I've seen, there's no comparison. The Leviathan is a completely different animal in terms of creating power and a power base. Just unbelievable levels of power that you can create through this tribal land mechanic, and you're able to reform 1523. You'll notice the colonizers nowhere near me. Spanish have Bermuda, the English have Newfoundland, right? I would have had to have waited at least another 100 years probably to reform or something like that in previous patches. So definitely like this better from a playing as a native in the New World perspective. Definitely like this mechanic better. But yeah, really strong and growing. So then I start just trying to take land. Originally I was going to just kind of take the land I need and then move, to create a few marches here or there, but just trying to take the land I need and then bunker it against the Europeans, and I decide not to do that eventually and get to where you saw in the thumbnail. This would be a good time, I think, to mention that this is being uploaded, hopefully, in conjunction with League of Average Gaming. This is the Twitch channel that I sometimes stream on, and he also has a YouTube channel, so I would invite you to subscribe over at the League of Average Gaming. Link is in the description if you haven't. Hopefully he can start uploading a little bit more. I know that that's a possibility. I don't know if it will happen or not. Obviously life happens to all of us. But I would invite you to subscribe over there, and if you're seeing this video on his channel, come on over to mine, and you can watch this whole run. You can watch other videos that I have uploaded. So the Wichita here are our march. The Hasinai will become our march. I don't think that has happened yet. Cayuga will become our march. I don't think that has happened yet. The Iroquois are our vassal. We will integrate them soon. The Powhatan are our vassal. We will integrate them soon. And these guys, I think, were an ally. I don't think they ever got to be a vassal. But let's go ahead and speed up again. And you can see that I am trying to get up into the northeast. Now, it's worth noting, as they just took the land, it's only 1576. Newfoundland has gotten all the way over into New Hampshire. The colonists are over here in Florida. They're making a push. They're in Texas, they're in Florida. They're making a push. And it's only 1576. They're slower than they were before, and part of that is because I shut off the coastline with my tribal land, but they're still coming. The thing about that, though, is that Newfoundland does get defeated through... I think I jumped them when they were struggling, and then, Algonquin jumped them, the Cree jumped them, the Innu jumped them. So we kind of produced the fall of Newfoundland. Otherwise, I think they might have actually succeeded in forming a large European colony or British colony up here, which would have been problematic to me. Also, New Castile, I'm about to steal a lot of their land here as I tried to form a Texas vassal out of the Hassani. Hassani? And I'm going to, worry about Florida and things as we move along. So they don't show up, but that's largely me and getting in there and making a fuss of things. I did get a little bit unlucky here that England and Castile divided this up. This is Norway, by the way. That England and Castile divided this up, but I got somewhat lucky in that Castile wound up with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They formed a colonial nation, and I took it out. But England now has 3, and I don't have any colonial nation for them. So we got to figure out what we're going to do. And what we do ultimately is up here. Because England starts to colonize for Newfoundland. They start colonizing up here. They won a war. And when they won that war, they took those. As soon as they cored 2 of them, that became a colonial nation. All of it became a colonial nation, and we will eat it up. Just like that. So we got pretty lucky there. However, over here in Louisiana, now they are my vassal. Over here in Louisiana, Castile owns 3, and Portugal owns 1, and there was nothing really we could do about that for a while. One of the colonial nations, one of the tribes forms Canada here, and then Quebec also. Quebec will be gone soon. But these are tags. Apparently I couldn't form Texas, but we can form Canada and Quebec? I'm not sure why those are special. But Canada has a province that I need. They were an ally. They had a province I needed, so they lost their ally status. This is the point where I kind of said, I wanted at least Texas, and I don't know, maybe I'll head for the Pacific. I've got time with the new institution and 1.30. So we would create Peoria as a march, Hassani as a march. Eventually we will pick up Zuni as a march, and Kiowa as a march, this little guy right here. As we continue to push along west, Peoria grows. This is when they lost their march status. They grew too big. And I have now eaten Cayuga. I kept Wichita at this point, but soon I will unmarch them and try and annex them, as I now begin to have a dream of the giant Cherokee across and to have the continental United States under Cherokee control, and then I will actually go up and march Canada and Mexico, as well as I get kind of bored waiting for the next stuff. So at this point, with the exception of this province right here, I have the continental United States under my control. That's pretty much it. These guys are also my march, but that's it. Kiowa, Chianate, Peoria, Hassani, Zuni, they're all my march. I'm beginning to colonize in here, trying to clean it up, but that was where I was, and I figured I would stop, but I got bored, so I kept going. And the first thing you'll notice is that I will march Yaqui and then just immediately eat up northern Mexico. I will eat it up very quickly. You can see, boom, there it goes. And I will soon also march Kahikio, as well as Blackfoot. As Blackfoot takes some of the land here, we're going to eat Haida and up here really, really quickly. You can see that. Now, what happened here is that the French start to colonize, and I fought them, but the French themselves were colonizing, so I had to leave some of their colonial nation in place so that eventually those colonies would go to the colonial nation so I could take them without fighting the French. This was also when I lost my French ally. I was allied to France and Aragon at one point or another. I will be allied to Muscovy at the end. These guys are now my march over here, so all of my marches are in place. Well, not all of them yet, but Kikikiel, Yakiki, or Yaki, sorry on these pronunciations, Tianate, Blackfoot, Peoria, and Hassanai are currently vassals being integrated at this point in time. And I'm starting to colonize up here, trying to give that land to the Blackfoot. The French will get this one right here, but otherwise that will be done. As soon as that colony is finished, I conquered it. It didn't take long at all, and I will take these back, but take these two back and give them to the Blackfoot so that this area is covered, the wasteland here, but this is pretty much what Canada will look like. This will obviously go to the Blackfoot and all of these. And then Mexico, you can notice that I've gotten all the way down into Mexico. I will take, there's the end of English Mexico, and then boom. Very, very quickly, I release Mosquito from this province here and feed down, and I take the Panama Canal, and I begin to make the Panama Canal, because if I'm going to say that I am actually America, well, we have to do the Panama Canal. This also provided a really good fort, a jungle fort that you have to walk into. Really good protection to the south should I ever need it. Of course, I never did. The last colonies get started there. We're trying desperately to get the institution to form. It did not form in 1750. England decided they didn't need to build furnaces, I guess. I don't know. But in 1760, it finally did spawn in the Ottoman territories, somewhere over here. So we finally got it, and our furnaces and high development provinces, we began to try and develop that institution or get it to spread naturally, and we slowly but surely got that institution. And there goes Peoria. I now have the continental United States under my control, and Blackfoot and Ternate have marches that have split up Canada. Yaqui, Caquiel, and Mosquito all the way down in Central America. There is no European anywhere on North America. I'm very happy with this run. Like I said, it's very, very difficult to compare. I know that Jitnord had a Cherokee run, and in fact it was linked in the first episode of the playlist for my run in on my channel here. But it really is apples to oranges. Between the start and the tribal land and the power you can get early and the reform you can do early, and the fact that I had to go till 1764, it's a different thing here. But I had a lot of fun. I think this is a vastly improved run, a vastly improved situation and play in the New World now. And I would encourage you, if you have not played the New World since Leviathan dropped, to go ahead and play the New World. I don't think that you have to have the DLC. You don't have to have Leviathan. You have to have El Dorado to get the tribal land. But I would vastly encourage you, if you have not done that, to try it with the Iroquois, with the Cherokee. Well, the Iroquois don't exist, but with one of the tribes up in the Iroquois lands, with the Cherokee for that achievement, or there's a quiz, which is over here. There's an achievement for that. I vastly encourage you to try this. This was a lot of fun. But I've been Tacobowler Gaming, and I will see you whenever I next see you. I should mention here the ideas and things like that. So let's look over at ideas. We did innovative, plutocratic, quantity, economic, defensive, influence, and expansion. Basically, I had all of these military ones because I was scared of being attacked by the Europeans. We had morale of armies here in plutocratic, morale of armies in defensive, and once I would get morale of armies in advisors, my morale... Oh, there it is. It's toward the column. My morale would be huge. Now, I've got my army maintenance down. Let's raise army maintenance so that we can take a look at this morale, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the highest in the world. So let's sort. Yep, we have the highest morale in the world. We don't even have the advisor for it. So I was really trying to create those Space Marines if I could, and I was only ever attacked once by Castile, and I wound up taking the Louisiana provinces from them. So pretty sure that that we are good. Should anyone come attacking, I don't think that that's going to be a problem. So the only issue with those things was I never got a diplomatic policy at all anywhere in all of those idea groups, so that was a problem. But now I will see you whenever I next see you.